Hello, this is Matt and Josh from Yousellcomics with another episode of Slingin Books, Talkin Shop. Yousellcomics is your new multi-vendor marketplace for selling comics, slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Yousellcomics never charges commission on any sale. Sell for as low as $6 a month or $15 a month to run your own auctions. Sign up now for a 3-month free trial at Yousellcomics.com. Okay, so we're obviously going to start off with more Ezra Miller news because there's not a ton of news this week. Just before they're all saving it for San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. So we're a little low today.
Although Thor Love and Thunder comes out, so there'll be some stuff this week and next week, I guess.
Indeed.
About that. But a new report says Warner Brothers is still committed to bringing The Flash to theaters near you.
They're drinking over there, eh? They're drinking.
Well, they haven't really publicly said this yet, I guess. Has this all been like behind the scenes, people telling others about it? I don't know. So Flash has had a complicated road toward the big screen. The movie, directed by Helmer Andy Muschietti, is slated to come out June 2023. But its release has been put into question in recent months due to Ezra Miller and his insanity. In a report by Variety detailing accusations against Miller, the trade states that Warner Brothers intends to keep The Flash in its current 2023 release. It's unclear whether Miller will continue to perform as the Scarlet Speedster in future. Well, that's not unclear. It's pretty clear he won't. But Warner Brothers is still committed to releasing its $200 million budgeted $200 million. God damn.
That's a big receipt.
June 2023.
Big receipt.
Like, even if they do, it's not gonna make its money back, is it? Like, so if it's a $200 million budget, usually you times that by 2 for marketing. Although now it's gone longer, it might be more. So say 500 million it needs is. Are they going to get 500 million out of this Flash?
Are they going to rush this movie to release it because they want to get views before he gets
worse?
Charged? Yeah, or like goes to prison. So like there's a few things
I guess
here.
He has some charges pending, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I mean, if something does happen, do they release a movie where the lead star is convicted, like a convicted pedophile, not just hearsay? Can't really do that, can you? I guess.
I mean, I guess they've released Roman Polanski movies since his thing, right?
When was the last Roman Polanski movie that got released?
I'd have to look
early 2000s, I think.
No, I'm sure he had a movie like 2 years ago that came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, came out, but was it released in the States?
Now we're changing the goal.
Sorry, I apologize. That's what I meant? Like, was it
that was successful?
I wouldn't say successful, but released in the North Americas.
So the goal line is: when was the last time a movie made by a pedophile got released in theaters?
2010. Oh fuck! He did like the Ghostwriter.
Yeah, people still like his movie. Like they don't really care about him raping a 15-year-old.
5th Caesar Award for Best Director, 2020.
Yeah, he still gets. He can't enter America, but he still gets awards and stuff.
Wow, Europe still loves him.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So I guess we'll stop talking about pedos for a while.
Well, they just keep coming up. Like
comes out in 2 days.
Yes.
So a couple weeks ago, we had a report that Chris Hemsworth was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it anymore. Clearly, they've backed up the truck full of money. Because now he's like, I'll do it for as long as they'll have me.
Beep. Yeah.
So, in the early days of the MCU, fans were so hardcore that they knew how many films each star had on their contract and would count down till they no longer had any more pictures left in their deal. Chris Evans had a multi-picture deal that culminated in Endgame, among others. But Marvel had Kevin Feige has confirmed within the last year that they no longer have these extensive talent deals. Instead, operate from a place of, are you free? Come and play in the MCU again. Oh, really? Lucky for him, Marvel and the Marvel audience, Thor Chris Hemsworth spelled wrong, is game to keep coming back after Thor Love and Thunder. Speaking with the Associated Press, I love the experience I have from day one. Each time I've been asked back, I've said absolutely, let's go. I've been lucky to have different directors and writers and cast to also inject different stories, energy into the films, until the audience, the fans, and the Marvel gods say, no, we've had enough. Then I'll keep showing up. I love it. It's good fun.
Good fun.
So he was it looks like he's pretty big for this film, given that he was also, I think, gonna do the Hulk Hogan story after this. Right. So he had to have those 24-inch massive pythons.
Yes.
At some point, he's going to be too old to do it. Like, regardless of whether we want him to be old Thor. Like, there are stories of old Thor. Like, let's do that. But he's, like, much like Hugh Jackman, he's not going to want to do that regimen anymore, right?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, I think he's aware, among many other Marvel stars right now that are having to put on, like, the weight and the muscle. Yeah. That they don't want to be Stallone at 70 years old, fucking doing diets and barely surviving. So, yeah, I think they're going to put a plug in it. Like, I mean, it's not oblivious that they're shooting towards Young Avengers.
Like, you can have a guy like Anthony Starr play Homelander and not be this massive rippled
of course not.
Be believable that he could crush you with a finger push. Like, it does. Yes. Like, I get that's part of being comic book accurate, but that's an unsustainable look. Agreed. Especially when you're going into your 40s and 50s.
Yeah. Because I almost feel it's odd, right? Because I almost feel that some of Stallone's acting and, let's say, Schwarzenegger and
easy now. Are you gonna say they're good actors?
No.
Okay.
And I would say, I'm trying to think of one more. Most likely probably somebody from The Expendables. Sorry,
Steven Seagal.
Oh, no, because that's definitely not where I was going. Which was
Van Damme?
I would say kinda. I would say that their acting / persona relied heavily on
the look
and the muscles. There's muscles, right? Yeah. So, I mean, Twins was funny because it was DeVito and right, and like if they played off each other was fun. But like, could you imagine Stallone in that position? I don't really know. Like, when was the last time? I'm trying to think of a Stallone movie where he wasn't like kind of like had muscles. I mean, I guess Rocky, like when he was coaching, but he still, you know what I mean? He still had muscles. So it's kind of weird.
Even in Guardians, he was, you could tell.
Yeah, he was jacked in Guardians, right? And like he played the part well, but it was because of that reason. Yeah. Like it's again played into.
I'm not sure he'll be like he's on a TV show now, called what's it called? It's a Taylor Sheridan show about he plays a mob boss from Kansas City. I'm not sure he's no idea for that, but yeah, and it's not to say that they haven't had their good acting roles. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a kind of like an indie zombie movie like 10 years ago with like a daughter character.
Molly, right?
Yeah. That was great. He was great.
I heard it was good. I never watched.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was really good.
But they did say it was the first one in a while where his acting kind of shone through more than anything, and I would agree.
He wasn't playing any action star. He was.
Yeah. Sorry, I would agree from seeing the trailer.
From seeing the trailer. Yeah. So I don't know, like I read Christian Bale said about this movie that they changed Gore's look because Taika didn't want it to look like Voldemort compared to the comic. And two,
I mean, it's true, right? So
Christian Bale went from his last movie where he's just walking around at his normal weight to 3 days later he was shooting Thor Love and Thunder, and there was no way he could put any muscle on in 3 days. So he's just like, fuck it. So I feel like more actors should probably say that. Like Tom Hanks has got diabetes for doing this sort of thing. From
really?
Yeah. Like him.
I never knew that.
Losing weight for Philadelphia and gaining weight and losing it, and then Castaway. I think Castaway was the point. After that, he said, "No, I'm not gaining weight or losing weight for a role ever again because it's too hard on his diabetes."
Wow.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is actually nuts.
Speaking of muscle bound guys, Taron Egerton is not. And I like.
No.
Okay, so Taron Egerton says he's met with Marvel Studios about potentially playing Wolverine.
Liar.
I feel like he may be some fans' pick. I like him as an actor. He is fantastic in Rocket Man.
He didn't sing the songs though, right? No, he did.
I think he did, but it doesn't matter. He was still fantastic in it.
What the fuck? What? Okay.
So
the Queen one, Rami didn't do it. Yeah.
Which Rocket Man is better than that Bohemian Rhapsody movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Promoting his new series Blackbird, which looks really good, and also the last thing Ray Liotta did before he passed.
Yes.
He said, "I don't think it would be wrong to say that he's met with them. I'd be excited, but I'd be apprehensive as well because he was so associated with the role that I'd wonder if it'd be very difficult for someone else to do it. Hopefully, if it does come around, they'll give me a shot." I feel like this is more PR. Speak of like most actors that get in the MCU don't talk about having met with Marvel before they're in it.
Yeah,
they'll talk about it afterwards if they don't get it in the roles cast. Like, I was up for the part, I couldn't do it. It's too bad.
Yeah.
But I've rarely seen an actor come out like, I met with Marvel about this before a project's even off the ground. This might be more of like a PR campaign to be like, hey, you should meet with Taron Egerton. He's really
I'm trying to think, like, I feel like there is one, and we're forgetting.
Who said they'd really want to do one role? Like,
well, I mean,
I get actors saying, hey, I'd like to be on the MCU and play this, but I don't know that many of them said,
I met with them, and now we're
about it, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Like, there's a distinction between, hey, I'd love to play this part, and hey, I've met with Marvel about playing this part.
Yeah, I would agree.
Marvel usually plays it pretty close to the chest about who they're casting. Like they either save it for a Comic-Con or a Disney Plus, or they just show up in a movie and nobody knows. Like,
those are my favorite ones.
Or yeah. Or,
I mean, I don't know when that happens.
Coming back as Black Bolt, or like.
That was so good. Damn. I'll talk about that till the day I'm done.
Like
that
Black Bolt showing up,
like them showing up, the deaths, him dying was probably my favorite. I think out of all of them, that was good. Oh, and then the soup. Oh, a little soup action right after that. That was tasty.
So this article says most would tend to agree that Egerton would be a solid choice to play Wolverine. If Feige does decide to cast a younger actor as the old knucklehead, we'll just have to wait and see. I'd kind of rather they cast an unknown. Like, I've seen Daniel Radcliffe's name thrown around. He's a fine actor, but I'd rather, like, I know some people have also said Jared Kiso, and I get it.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know.
Kenny in, like, fighting. I'd rather him be like left for someone else, maybe Vindicator from Alpha Flight or something. But
yeah.
And I guess, like, are they gonna actually go like super small though? Of like, Wolverine's like only like 5'5" in the comics, but they never shoot him like that
ever.
So yeah, so are they gonna like try and keep accurate that way? Like, if they want to go 5'5", they could cast Tom Cruise, for fuck's sake. He's only like 5'6". So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's super short. And
I always forget how short. So like it's like when I think about it, it's like instantly to Tom Cruise. I'm just like, oh yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Could you imagine actually seeing him standing beside Henry Cavill? Like in the movie, they look not that different, but in real life, it'd be laughable.
It would be probably pretty laughable, but like, I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okay. So now we're gonna do marketplace and keys of the week.
Yeah. Keys of the week. Your top 10.
Okay. So 8 billion genies is like blown up.
Oh.
It's only there's only, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but I think there's only 2 issues of this out, but it's already been picked up for a show.
Okay.
So all of that's an awesome Super Mario Brothers 3 variant.
Yeah.
That's so there's 1, 2, 3. There's four variants of 8 billion genies in the top 10 this week. Black Panther number 3 is back in the top 10.
Nice.
Thunderbolts, Iron Cat number 1, but that's the variants in the A cover is really going for that much more, but this variant is Sonic the Hedgehog number 50 is in the top 10. Miles Morales, What If, Thor number 5, no, still number 4, a controversial issue where he was written like a stereotypical black man from the 70s, and Spot,
getting traction, fun.
Yeah, and Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 4, which I think is still Spot, the first appearance of Spot, which is in, oh no, it's Tamara Blake, the new Iron Cat. So it's the first appearance of the new Iron Cat, who also got her first comic of Iron Cat number 1. Yeah, I looked to see if they had any copies of 8 billion genies in my local comic shop. I couldn't find any, so I'm assuming someone already went there and grabbed them all. Okay. Keys of the week in stores today and tomorrow in your local comic shop. The conclusion, I believe this is the conclusion of What If Miles Morales became Thor. Team up of previously introduced Miles Morales alternate reality characters. Strange Academy number 18, variant cover, Batman 125. This is introducing a new villain called Failsafe. This is the 1 in 50 variant cover by Jock and foil edition. That's really nice. If it wasn't like, $200, I might pick it up if I can find it. But Failsafe is supposed to be like the Batman equivalent of Doomsday, Superman's Doomsday.
Okay.
In terms of power of a villain, so we'll see. I don't know. I kind of feel like, and we should maybe do an episode one day on this, but the hype around DC I find is less because you really don't ever think they're going to show up in something compared to Marvel. Like everything on the planet has potential to show up in a Marvel property, like MCU or television or Star Wars. But with DC, they're just so bad at it. I don't know. Anyways, maybe that's a discussion for another day. Absolution number 1. While her actions are live streamed to a fickle public, a mercenary is given a month to atone for her misdeeds before the bombs implanted in her brain explode. That's an interesting premise.
Amazing.
Bootleg number 1. The former leader of Mind Management recruits a team of forgotten agents to rebuild the organization, bend reality, and go to war with a competing agency. First publication from Matt Kinn's Flux House imprint. Okay, so it's a new Dark Horse imprint. Promethe 1313 number 1. Prequel to the graphic novel Promethe. A woman plagued by apocalyptic visions since being abducted by a UFO as a child is now hunted by a cult who believes she can ensure their survival.
Oh, what was that called?
Promethe 1313.
Promethe. Okay. Make a note of that.
It almost reminds me of
it's good.
A chapter in like a book in the Bible, right? There's something wrong with Patrick Todd number 1. A runaway uses telepathic powers to control criminals to rob banks on his behalf. That's nice. It's a nice use of your power.
Yeah, that's good.
Starhenge book number 1, The Dragon and the Boar, a 6-issue series where Merlin travels to the 5th century Britain to prevent a monstrous time-traveling robots from robbing the universe of magic.
That's hilarious.
That's it's a weird one.
That's wacky.
Yeah, it's wacky.
Yeah, it's wacky.
Batman 125, first appearance of Failsafe, a new Batman villain being compared to Superman's enemy Doomsday. First appearance of the Executor, Executor. Yeah, Executor. New creative team. Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez is now writing the book. Black Adam Justice Society Files Hawkman #1, the one-shot prequel to the Black Adam movie. Monkey Prince #6, first appearance of Sandra, a goth girl who may be an important supporting character to Monkey Prince. Avengers #7, the solicitation suggests, why is there a secret prison filled with misfits? Misfit Steves.
Multiple Steves?
I guess. Steve Rogers. None of whom have ever heard of a super soldier serum. Black Panther #7, story features Tosin Aduye. Maybe why Black Panther 3 peaked again. Carnage #4, first appearance of Zeist, a dark elf. That Carnage has been pretty good. I've only read the first 2 issues. Hulk #7, Banner of War Part 3, Thor Hulk crossover, debut of Iron Man Celestial Hulkbuster armor.
Oh, mama.
Presumably a modification of the Celestial armor introduced in the King in Black event.
That's tasty.
Strange Academy #18, final issue of the first chapter and end of the first semester. At some point, Marvel's going to do a Strange Academy. I have to see that. They have to do it at some point, I think. Amazing Spider-Man #5, Batman Killing Time #5, DC vs. Vampires #7. 2 different covers, one by Francesco Mattina and another one by Lyrics. Single name. Okay. So those are your keys of the week in stores today and tomorrow. Only a couple more news items. It's kind of a short week. The Boys season finale debuts this Friday. They were greenlit for season 4 before season 3 started. However, I also read that they start shooting season 4, I think, in August.
Wow.
So
they've been pretty consistent, I'd say.
What do you mean?
In the terms of like the schedule that it's been since season 2?
No, season 3 was pretty delayed because of COVID. Normally, so the first 2 seasons of The Boys were in October, November. So they skipped last November.
Okay.
So they were 9 months late.
Okay. So I'm wrong.
Yes. As always. So people are loving The Boys, despite the Prime Video series not stemming from some flashy intellectual property. It's based on a comic book from an independent publisher. The ratings for the series are rivaling some of the biggest shows in the land. In the latest streaming ratings report from Nielsen, the Anthony Starr, Aaron Moriarty show nearly bested Obi-Wan's event series. According to the ratings, users logged 958 million minutes watching Obi-Wan. The Boys, however, was watched just 9 million minutes less than the Lucasfilm hit. That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Especially wow.
I would say a big handle of that. I mean, the show being only on Disney Plus versus Amazon, where people have so much more access
in their package. They like their free shipping.
Yeah. So, pretty impressive considering that the show is extremely
rated
R-rated. As I said last week, I mean, I have never seen more people explode in a piece of media. Wow. And I might be too much.
A friend of ours came to the Comic-Con last week with their kid who's 10. And he was like, "Oh, Mom, I want to watch The Boys." So she put the first episode of the first season on. 5 minutes in, she's like, "Nope, you were not allowed to watch that."
That's
so
stunning.
she was telling us about it, and I said to him at the con, I'm like, "So you're not allowed to watch The Boys?" He's like, "I don't want to watch it anyways."
Amazing.
I'm like, okay. So The Boys finished 4th. Ozark was 5th.
Damn.
305 million minutes less for Ozark than The Boys.
Crazy.
Prime Video's already renewed The Boys for a 4th season, which is expected to begin filming later this year. And if you've noticed a lot this season especially, there's been a couple shots of if you watch Supernatural or Supernatural fan, you're like, oh yep, that's a shot from Supernatural.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Just throwing in like fan service, I guess. And
which is cool.
I know you still have you're one episode behind.
I am.
But Soldier Boy is in it, starting to be in it a bit more, and I'm enjoying that.
Not that
I'm enjoying his character, because his character's a fucking asshole, but I like to see him on screen and interact with other people.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. I'm happy that they're going to explore more about that. I mean, I would be excited if he was included in the new season, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, also, I guess at some point, like, Misha Collins and Jared Padalecki are going to have to show up because, like, Eccles is in it, and what's his name? Jim Beaver's been in it for a while. At some point, they're both going to have to be in it.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah. So this week, season finale of The Boys. Okay. Josh put this one in here this week. MCU producer confirms Julia Louis-Dreyfus' mysterious recruiter is a new leader. Of what?
He basically said she's gonna give the vibe as being a new leader. So I don't know if it's indirectly him saying she's gonna be a new leader. Is she gonna play, a smaller part?
Well, we already know. Like they've already kind of telegraphed that she's gonna be like the handler of the Thunderbolts. Right? Like,
and I would agree.
It's going to be Zemo, U.S. Agent, Taskmaster, Black Widow, Florence Pugh's Black Widow, and
I can't remember what happened. Is Ghost still alive? Ant-Man the Wasp. She died. I can't remember.
I think she is
alive. Right?
Like I said, I haven't watched that movie since the theaters. I don't know why. Like it was so.
It's all right.
Yeah, like the Ant-Man movies are all right. They're not great. They're not bad. They're just like all right. And Paul Rudd is great. Don't get me wrong. Evangeline Lilly's fine. Walton Goggins was in the second one.
Yeah, I think I like the second one more than I like the first one. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. And Michael Pena is great in the first one. I don't even remember if he's in the second one. I'm sure he is.
He's a Scientologist, eh?
Michael Pena. Wow, listen, half of fucking Hollywood is, which you try to ignore. Like it's
so depressing.
We're rewatching The West Wing as we always do every summer because my wife and I are like huge fans of that show, and it's
you're nuts.
We are. It's always hard we always find it hard with Elizabeth Moss to watch her stuff and enjoy it and be like, you know what, she's in a group that hates women. He's in a group that has slave labor, like,
yeah.
And half of, it's always disappointing when you're like, you find out about an actor being in Scientology, you're like, oh, really? That sucks. Like, Jason Lee was a huge bummer that he was a Scientologist for the longest time, but he's out. He left.
Right.
Which is great.
Right. Yeah.
But then also, like, Giovanna Ribisi is a lifelong Scientologist. Because his mother's like and Elizabeth Moss grew up in it. She didn't
she had no chance.
She had no chance. Listen, I grew up in a Christian household and I got out.
We're talking about two completely,
although I was never successful as a huge Hollywood actor, I guess. So.
Different
they
religions.
Like Christianity wasn't giving me roles in Hollywood movies, so
yeah. Well, Christianity wasn't sending you to the fucking C Corps to work for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
On contract, by the way.
Yeah.
Contract.
It's always a huge bummer about that. But
big.
Wow, we got off topic here.
It's okay.
So Julia Louis-Dreyfus will be
probably
the second coming of Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, which we'll see next in Secret Invasion.
Yes, excited.
The Countess Vela, which we haven't got a trailer for yet. I assume we'll get that at D3.
Is that August? Summer that's supposed to come out?
No, it's not. It's not this summer. She-Hulk is this summer.
Right.
The Countess Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Is a character that has a rich publication history, and to some degree, figuring out who can fill those shoes, which in our mind is in a way of taking the reins from Nick Fury, was tough. But when we thought of Julia, there was fun energy to her that immediately you realize this person has a weight and gravity, but they're not the same as Nick Fury. It's, well, sure, it's a completely different energy. Yeah, you get the sense she's going to be far more sinister than Nick Fury would be.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, last thing this week is crazy rumor, the craziest thing you've ever heard.
Craziest.
If you don't want to know it, just click off now. And check back with us in 2 weeks, because Josh is on vacation. There's a crazy rumor going around that Ben Grimm will be in She-Hulk. The rumor was, you know what? I should have checked the source where this was from.
Yeah, I can see it already.
It originated on
Reddit
or 4chan, which says a lot. On Reddit, or they don't even know where it came from. You know what? It's fine. Don't ignore this. Ignore. Way to go.
Puts a smile on your face.
You know, I always see comments about this guy, this writer, and the comments here about how shit a writer he is. You're gonna take.
All right. I'm gonna talk to Jonathan. Hey, you blew it. You didn't even check. Okay, he's giving me sass. I'm gonna fire him. He's fired.
Okay, so I guess that's it for this week then. All right.
I mean, I threw some last ones in if you care, but
did you? Well,
it's really up to you.
I closed the thing. Hold on.
They weren't overly that great.
Well, let me review. Andor.
I kind of want to watch What If from start to finish. Just hammer it out. Yeah.
Huh? You haven't watched What If?
No, I did. I want to watch it again. I think there's something there. Easter eggs.
Something there about what? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll take this one from your list of being
neat.
Procrastinating.
Yes. So I feel like I thought this was going to happen, to be honest with you. I thought Sam was going to get some, like, a power or two from, like, either the shield or the armor or something. But yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so the Falcon Winter Soldier almost saw Captain America's shield receive some powerful upgrades from the technologically advanced nation of Wakanda. As reported by The Direct, the recently released book Marvel's The Falcon and Winter Soldier the art of the series revealed that Sam Wilson's flashing new superhero outfit was not the only thing to be gifted by the Wakandans. In the book development, concept illustrator Wesley Burt says he considered adding bit of Wakandan flair to the iconic shield in order to give the weapon a spin unique to Wilson. You mean fun like A-Train? Ryan asked some of the visual development department to take a little bit of time and think up some new ways Sam could use the shield, more specific to him and his own physicality with it. When I was thinking about the tech rim piece, I was looking for a way to minimally add an element to the shield so as not to distract too much from the shield itself, but still make it feel like it could have a believable tech addition and hint at the Wakandan upgrades before you see them used. Okay. Well, what's the...
Allow the weapon to generate an emergency dome to protect those within from its attacks.
Barrier. First, also thought about ways to highlight the shield's defense capability, such as incorporating Wakandan tech to allow the weapon to generate an emergency dome to protect those from within its attacks. The energy barrier would have included the Falcon wing motif. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been fine with it. I honestly, I thought it was coming. So let's just say that. I thought it was coming. So...
I mean, they gave Winter Soldier a new arm, right? So why couldn't they have
anything
made a new shield?
Anything, baby.
Okay. So next week, Josh is on a beach somewhere getting Probably drunk. Will you be drunk the whole time? Are you gonna be drunk on the plane?
I haven't decided yet.
Or you did have that one dry month last. Was that this past year? Was that October, November?
It was last year. Good month.
Maybe maybe
got lots done. We'll see what happens. No, I'm taking a nice break up until then. So a nice sober week.
Yeah.
And then hitting the beach, which is not normally what I do, but I'll probably bring an umbrella or something.
Well, definitely bring sunscreen. You have fair skin.
Oh my god. SPF 50, and I'm going to cake it on like a layer of skin. Just on.
Don't leave the resort. I hear leaving the resort's a bad idea.
I kind of want to get a moped and just ride around real quick, but other than that, because you can rent them cheapos.
Well, I bet you can. It's scary out there.
But other than that, no, we're going to take it pretty easy. See what happens. So,
okay. Make sure you get to the airport super like the day before. You should probably get to the airport the day before.
So this is what I assume is going to happen, which is going to be really fun, and we should play upon this if it does take off. I anticipate a few things. One, our flight is going to be delayed. Yeah. 2, it's then going to get canceled.
Yeah.
And then we're either going to have to stay there, which I really hope is not the case, but like they rebook us like the next day or something.
You mean in Mexico, not in Toronto?
No, I 100% mean Toronto. And then I anticipate the exact same thing on the way back.
Yeah.
And I hope not, because I have to do, I basically get 1 day to come back and then I have to go straight to work.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be really fun. But yeah, we'll see.
Good luck. I didn't have any problems flying to Tampa. Although I did get an email before my flight there and before my flight back asking if I would be willing to take standby. They'd give me a $250 credit. And I'm like, no, I'm not willing to take standby. Although the plane wasn't full on the way. I want to say it wasn't full on the way there. It might have been full on the way back, but
yeah, I'm not sure, but they said, excuse me, there was a article recently, like I think it came out yesterday, and they basically just said Air Canada's reducing all of their scheduled flights by 15% just to be able to stay above water of operations.
Wait, are you taking Air Canada there or are you taking WestJet?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Air Canada.
Oh, dude. Do you know how more expensive Air Canada is than all the other airlines in this country?
It was like some deal or something.
Oh, it was a deal. Oh, through a travel agent?
Yeah.
Hope you got insurance.
Somewhere.
Did you get travel insurance for medical though?
I have it on my, I can't remember. I think it's either through my house insurance or my credit card. I can't remember which one it's on.
Yeah,
it's on something.
I have U.S. travel insurance through my credit card because it's a business.
It's on something.
So I get 8 days.
Well, I'm not stepping in the States. I'm not taking a step in the States.
That's true. But Mexico, I don't think Mexico has social. Does Mexico have socialized medicine?
I don't think
they
so.
Probably do actually, given that America's like one of the last places to not have.
Maybe I'll have to look that up. Healthcare. Either way, should be fine.
Yeah, just double check. Although just double check. Okay. So this has been Matt and Josh from Yousellcomics and Slingin Books, Talkin Shop. Go to the website if you want to look for books to buy. Black Panther #3, I think is still there. I don't think anyone's bought it yet. I don't think there are any 8 billion genies, but if there are, I'll buy them instead. Oh. Okay, thanks.
Bye.